you can't be young forever.
Ooh-wee.
You have multiple dudes. You had a dude to take you out to eat, a dude that was good at the dude you can call when you want company. She laughing because she know it's true.
I mean,
yes. All right. So when a man reaches his peak, y'all like to go, oh, he's still immature. No, he's now at his peak. Status, money, resources, and power. He can have forever, but you can't be young forever.
I ain't playing with you no more.
These days, women seem to want a man who is emotionally available but not emotional. So they want someone who's emotionally available, like, oh, I need him to understand me, and I want him to get where I'm coming from, and I want him to be attuned to me, but then I don't want him to cry. There's quite a few people who feel that way, where a man crying is still seen as being a weakness, but I still want you to be emotionally available to me. And so I think for men seeing stuff like that online, people think it's just funny, but I think that can be really difficult because it stops you then from also being okay with the idea that I should be able to cry, be unhappy, show that I'm feeling upset, depressed, whatever it is. And so I think a lot of what we see online can really play a role in how we feel.
If you ever come across a man who's consistent, supportive, and makes you feel safe, don't play with it. Because in a world where loyalty is rare, attention is temporary, and peace is hard to find, a man who genuinely wants to see you win is something that you protect, not test. We live in a generation that glorifies material things more than real values. Everybody wants to be relationship goals online, but can't even hold down peace in real life. People are busy chasing looks, status, and followers, but forget that love, effort, and emotional safety will always outlast any type of lifestyle. A man who brings you stability, communication, and accountability is not boring. He's balanced. That's not soft. That's called being secure. That is a man who understands partnership. So don't lose something real trying to impress people who aren't even happy with themselves.
A lot of modern women continue to say that men aren't putting forth effort. Yes, I am. I'm just not giving you the effort because you on some BS.
This is my wifely opinion. If you ever hear a woman say, I work 40 hours a week, I pay for my own hair, my own nails, I take care of my gas, my utilities, I pay for my mortgage or my rent, I pay for everything. And this is the reason why I cannot be soft and feminine and be his piece. I want you to know that she is lying. The reason why she cannot be that person's piece and be the feminine woman that she is designed to be is because she just does not trust you. Her ideas of a man is severely negative. So if you ever hear a woman say those words that she cannot be somebody's piece and she cannot be feminine because she's working, make sure you let her know that you are not interested. Go find a woman who does not have trust issues and actually loves men.
I met Brandon Jamal in person. I met him last year. He did give me the vibe of someone who actually hates women. I don't know how to explain the exact vibe. He gave me the vibe of like someone who would put their hands on women. I wish I had the text messages.
I have the text messages. I have them.
Ended up threatening to hit me.
Now, some may think this is a sad day because of all this slander, but no, ladies and gentlemen, rejoice. Not only is she lying, I have a witness, so I get to sue her. She's a retired OF girl. I'ma need that money. No, but real, I am gonna sue you.
Men have started going their own direction and quit fixing the mistakes and the foolishness. And some of the stuff is not even a mistake. It's just you doing whatever you want to do and expecting a man to save you. And when I, as a man, have stopped doing that, my life has gotten a lot better.
I'm suing him because he divulged what I told him in confidence, which was that I was unfaithful to my husband, and he went ahead and told my husband, who promptly divorced me and kicked me out of the house.
So why is it your pastor's fault that you cheated on your husband?
I thought what I had told him was in confidence, and I was looking to him for emotional help. I couldn't afford a therapist, so I thought, I'm depressed. And
did he help you?
He said that honesty is the best way to make myself feel better. And so he said, you have a month, tell your husband. Then one day they met at the gym and Pastor Hall just says that I was unfaithful, and then my husband comes home in a fury, and that was it.
People will look at men and blame, like people will say to a guy, well, you're angry, but fix your life, right? Well, you're angry because you're fat. Well, then get to the gym. Well, you're angry because you don't have any money. Well, get a job. People will be tough with guys. And rightfully so, right? You know, you need to build that backbone. You need to get out there. You need to prove yourself to yourself, right? But people won't show that same just blunt truth to a woman because they're afraid. Oh, then the tears come, and then the defensiveness comes, and then you're called a misogynist, you're called a woman hater, all this crap. But the reality is that a lot of women are angry because they're setting up a life that doesn't make them happy.
You know, men have decided it's easier to take a step back. It's easier to opt out rather than trying to hop into confusion, rather than trying to force my way into a situation that, quite frankly, doesn't seem advantageous to me. It doesn't seem like it's going to go well. So I'm not going to sit up there and continue to be like, oh man, I got to get her. No, I don't. The alternative with me forcing myself into this space is I have somebody acting crazy with me, and I don't have time for that.
So you're saying people only have a problem with me not being allowed to do certain things by my husband unless it's something that's obviously beneficial. Like if I say I'm not allowed to open my own doors because my husband's going to open my doors for me, people be like, oh my gosh, that's so sweet. If I say my husband doesn't allow me to go to the gas station at night at 11 p.m. to pump gas, I should have gotten it earlier in the day or wait till the next morning or have him come and pump my gas at night. People are like, well, yeah, duh, that's obvious. However, if I say my husband won't allow me to go to the gym wearing up the butt scrunch leggings and a sports bra, people are like, why would you let him tell you what to do? Truth of the matter, it's not the word allow that people are offended by. It's my husband won't allow me to. It's the husband part. They don't see their husbands as authorities. Usually they don't have a husband. But they don't see husbands in general as authority over their wife or leader, protector, provider. None of that.
If a man asks you out on a coffee date, charge him $500. As a divorce lawyer, let me tell you why. Coffee is for colleagues. Coffee is not for courting. Would that man ask Margot Robbie out on a coffee date? When a man asks you out on a coffee date, what he's really saying is, I want your time, your energy, your presence at the lowest possible cost to me. Coffee is cheap. Coffee is convenient. Coffee takes zero effort. And yet your time is not cheap. Your presence is not convenient. And your energy is not effortless. It's valuable. If a man asks you out for coffee, send him an invoice. Charge him $500 because that's closer to the real value of your time, your energy, and your presence.
I don't know how she says this with such a straight face, but for women that agree with this, that is what makes men believe that women are delusional and transactional. Because he knows, I know, and you should know that you're not Margot Robbie. So a coffee date is totally appropriate for normal folk like us, which is why I highly recommend for you guys that are out there dating, keep on making the coffee date your first date because it is a good filter and it keeps the delusional women at bay.
Well, honestly and truly, most of these modern women want to get their hearts broken by Chad and Tyrone. For the rest of us who actually want to improve on ourselves, we're going to go somewhere else and do that. And that's what today's sponsor, Anson Belt and Buckle, helps you to do.
Yeah, women dress up for each other, not to impress men. Science proves it.
Crazy how women will quite literally completely change their mentality based off of just wanting to win an argument, right? For years they've been saying, for years, oh, we don't do it for men, we do it for ourselves. But the second that a man says, hey, you don't dress up for men, you dress up for you. No, we actually dress up for men. We dress to impress men. We've always done it to impress men. We want to get the attention. It's actually been true all along. Am I right now? Like, a woman will literally snitch on herself just to win the argument at hand. It doesn't matter if it disproves all of the other arguments she's ever addressed in the past. As long as she wins this argument, she'll He'll make sure to tell you what the truth is to prove you wrong.
Ladies, let's remember that victimhood and womanhood are not synonymous. Just because you think about yourself as the victim of your story in your life and you've had some things happen to you because you're a woman does not mean that all women think of themselves as victims. Take me, for example. I do not think about myself as a victim of the patriarchy, of systematic oppression, of any of that. I have a very great life. I have been very blessed. And if anything, I have seen my brothers go through more hardships by being black men than I have seen as being a black woman. And that's just my opinion. You are allowed to have your opinion and think that you are oppressed because you are a woman. Some women are oppressed because they're women. That's you. But that doesn't mean every woman has to identify with that. That doesn't mean that all women everywhere are oppressed, whether they think it or not, and women in society in general. Stop speaking for everybody. You can't speak for everybody. You can't speak for women like me. I don't identify with that. So just remember that when you're stating your opinion, it is your opinion, but I also have mine. You can be oppressed by the patriarchy. I'm not. To each their own.
A lot of these men have realized that, unfortunately, for a lot of these modern women, it might seem like opting out is the best choice. Because when you look at how much stress you have to go through, modern women being inconsistent, just those two alone will have you saying, or kind of reconsidering and saying, well, maybe this is not the journey for me right now. Maybe I need to go build myself up. Maybe I need to focus on myself. Maybe I need to put a little bit more into who I am.
You asked me out, I said no, and then you moved on to my friend. Does that make sense?
Very much so. You don't like me being your friend, though.
It just gives like...
Why are you gatekeeping your friend?
Kind of anything.
It's weird.
It is weird.
It's weird to me.
So you want my friend? Like, I don't get that. Like, there's other girls.
I wanted you, but you said no. But your friend fine too.
So if homegirl like you and you don't like her, and then you cool with that? Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, knock it down. Shit, I don't want to.
Why am I asking that?
Why you mad? Why you mad? Because you don't want me.
I don't really want to date somebody that thought my friend was attractive too. It's like,
stop hanging out with fine friends.
Y'all
like, girls be like, oh, all my are fine.
Also,
all my friends look good. Don't get mad when I think when your friends look good.
But if it was the same thing, a girl on a date with a guy, didn't work out, and then she goes to your friend, she's already got a label attached to her.
Not
or no?
Well, I know in general, you are correct.
Thank you.
But for me, I don't get to.
Oh, you want to hit on me at the gas station? Then you can offer to pay for my gas.
Oh, really?
If you ain't paying for my gas, don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Well, now this is just a thought I had. If some women actually showed their true personality right off the bat, then they wouldn't have to worry about being approached in the first place, but that's just me.
You want to hit on me at the parts store and you see I'm buying coolant for my truck? Why don't you say, excuse me, ma'am, I think you're beautiful. Can I put that coolant in your truck for you? And then we can talk, okay? Off. I'm sick of y'all. Sick of it.
Gee, it really is so difficult to imagine why so many men are absolutely opting out of the entire idea of approaching women at all. Especially if this is the type of thing that they might encounter, out there in the wild. Just imagine approaching a woman with such a sense of entitlement that just because you said something nice to her or asked for her number, she thought that you were obligated to pay for whatever it is she's shopping for. My goodness, no wonder so many men are choosing to remain peacefully and happily single.
A lot of these modern women like to comment on a man's masculinity. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Well, I believe a man should be this, and this, right? But I think the problem is a lot of these modern women really don't have a concept of what a man is. You can have an opinion, but the unfortunate thing for a lot of these modern women is their opinion is wrong. Their opinion of what a man is and what a man should be is wrong. That's not actually how a man works. That's not actually how masculinity works. They don't know that. They're just talking about what they read in some book somewhere.
You're about to be squat, but a creep behind you is staring. Visibly uncomfortable. You ain't got no business being uncomfortable because somebody's staring at you when you're dressed like that. You're at the gym, for God's sake. Why is your ass more than half of your outside for everybody else to see? And then you're going to say you're uncomfortable because people are looking at the that you failed to cover up. Maybe not failing to cover it up, but more so purposely not covering it up. Y'all women, you go out, you seek attention, and the moment you start getting the attention, it's a problem. Now these guys who are looking at you are creeps. I never understood why y'all are at the gym looking like that anyway. Because you're there to work out. You're not there to show and show tits. And I also don't understand how y'all are even allowed in the gym looking like that. If anything, y'all are in there making everybody else uncomfortable.
You guys wouldn't do this, but like hypothetically, how many guys do you think you could get with in a day if you wanted to?
Millions. Infinity. Yeah. Infinity. If I wanted every single one of these guys, I could have them.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
For anybody.
So if a guy came over here, you asked him, you think he would say yes?
Yes. There's no doubt. 100%.
No doubt?
No doubt.
Y'all down to test it?
Yeah, why not?
Things just got a little more interesting.
They were saying, would you hook up with any two of them if you weren't married? If I wasn't married? Yeah. Hell no.
That's my dog.
That's my dog. Damn, why not? Because I'm gonna marry her in the future. Boring.
Okay, how about you? Would you sleep with us?
I personally no, I wouldn't.
Why?
Not really my type.
I'm just being honest.
Yo, my man, real quick, you have a girlfriend? I'm single. All right. They ran. They ran.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
And you know, you have to understand that when you ask about where all the good men are, a lot of these men are quiet. They're right in front of you. They didn't disappear. They just quiet. I'm selective. I'm less willing to throw myself into another situation that looks and that feels unserious. You look and you feel unserious. This whole thing that we got going on looks and feels unserious. It looks like you playing around. You about to play with my money, about to play with my time. Some of these brothers got kids and you about to play with my kids. And if you start doing that, you might have a problem.
My son only tried to rob you, and you took his life.
A military veteran has been charged with after shooting and 3 teenagers who broke into his home.
Hey, that's what happened. Yeah, it was supposed to happen. God, raise your kids. God, raise your kids. You see, they goddamn like the daddy would have whooped their ass before they even got to the point of goddamn even thinking about robbing the house. And one thing I was scared of before anybody else was Philip Harris Sr., nigga. That prevented doing half the dumb that I was thinking about doing as a child because I had a father that would whoop BTA. You dig what I'm saying? Now, that's just another reason why we need fathers in the household. Because, boy, you expect coming up, you coming this, you get burnt too. The hell?
Your boy Boots bad.
It's your girl Poison Ivy and catch us on Ugly Money Podcast.
That way.
The good news is I have one of the biggest podcasts in the Southeast with over 300,000 subscribers on YouTube, over 700,000 on Facebook, and 400,000 on Instagram. The bad news is I don't have anybody to interview. If you have an interesting story and you want the world to see it, if you want the world to hear it, if you have something that the world needs to hear, DM the word # interview. It's not free. It's not free. But it's so cheap that you're not going to want to miss it, and you could come to Atlanta and be on the Ugly Money Podcast. Only DM me if you're budget ready and ready to go, because when we go, we're going crazy. It's that Ugly Money. I'll see you soon.
Good morning. I'm in the mood to piss off because y'all pissed me off, so let's get into it. Why the f*** am I still seeing dry begging? It's 2026. And if you don't know what dry begging is when you get on the internet and post some stupid like this. Oh, I haven't been to Del Frisco's in a minute. I want steak, so if you ain't taking me out to get steak, my DMs is broke. We know, you and your DMs is broke. You think we ain't know that? But what makes this joke even funnier, a will post that. But mind you, there's a video somewhere out there of her getting penetrated from the back by Raekwon and them, and then not even looking down at you with your weave pulled up to the front so he can see the bumblebees in the back of your head. He's actually facing the camera, throwing up gang signs so he could tell his friends how easy it was to get you into bed. I'm just the messenger, so don't get mad at me. But my thing is, we all sitting here confused like, got you in the bed so easy, so who the f*** is you to think that you could get on the internet trying to pressure to take you out to eat? When your first date with this was dick and balls. Just stop the dry begging. That shit annoys the fuck out of me. Cause real no, we don't ever have to ask for shit. When with us for real, it's gonna be done. All of that getting on the internet trying to pressure and trying to make do for y'all. The only who do that is who's never had that done. Have a blessed day.
Somebody gotta say it. And I'll be the to say it. This whole concept of a man having to get the world and she ain't gotta give him nothing but has to be the most delusional that you hoes ever came up with in your mother life. You want him to come in paying bills, but if he asked you to pay his bills, you wouldn't do it. You want him to spend all his money on you, out to eat, good game night, date nights, and all this stuff. But the moment this man asks you to pay for something, you're offended. Let's get one even better. You want this man to love you in a way that you sure ain't gonna love yourself. You want him to appreciate you in a way that you ain't gonna appreciate him, nor yourself. You have no boundaries, no standards, and the standards and boundaries you set for yourself, it's too high for you to even function. You're setting them at a rate of a who have accomplished some shit in life, who deserve that. You think you her. You watching on Instagram thinking you her. So you approaching your caliber of men as if they're their caliber of men, and you wonder why you getting the end of the stick. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about all the that you lack and you neglect your mother self, but you want to hold this man accountable. Let's talk about how you lie to yourself every day, but you want this man to tell you the mother truth. You don't love you, but he's supposed to love you. I don't know which one of you hoes came up with this.
When a man truly loves a woman, his instinct isn't to dominate her. It is to remove the weight from her life. Not her responsibility, not her independence, the weight from her shoulders. The constant stress, the hypervigilance, the super masculine energy, the feeling that she has to brace herself for everything. A healthy masculine presence creates this safety, not by control, but by consistency and emotional steadiness and being somebody that she does not have to manage herself. And when a woman truly loves a man, she does not want to fight him. She doesn't want to compete with him, and she sure as does not want to be in her armor around him. She wants to soften, she wants to rest, and she wants to be able to trust. That doesn't make her weak. That makes her regulated. When a woman feels safe, she stops surviving. She stops hardening herself, and she stops testing you. Here's the part that people miss. This dynamic only works when both people are healed enough to hold their own role without resentment. A man who leads from insecurity turns controlling. A woman who softens from fear turns dependent. That is not love. That is trauma bonding. Real love does not feel chaotic. It does not feel like power struggles or some emotional whiplash. It feels grounded, predictable, and quietly strong. Two people exchanging what they naturally give when love is real. Anything else is noise.
Last I checked, women are the ones that walk around regularly with butt plugs stuffed up their ass that vibrate so they can stimulate themselves in public. Last I checked, women have specifically designed to vibrate and make you orgasm while in public. Last I checked, women goon far more often than men and are way more devious, but for some reason they turn a blind eye and act like it's men that have the issue. And this is actually something women do a lot. They project. Anytime you see a woman talking about how bad a man is and the mentality a man has, she is talking about herself. If you see a woman talking about how a baby daddy ain't and he never wants to be there for the child, then that woman is likely keeping that child from the baby daddy. Anytime you see a woman negatively talking about men, they are literally talking about themselves. Oh, men are always the ones doing this in public and being perverts. No, y'all are. You say you don't want to be sexualized and that you should be able to dress how you want without fear of anybody taking advantage of you or looking at you like a piece of meat. But the second you see an attractive man that's shirtless, wearing a Speedo, and he's got his bulge popping out, you're sitting there talking to your girlfriends about how fine he is and how you wish he would be able to come over and do something to you. Like, y'all are literally hypocrites, walking contradictions. Y'all have the brain of a 15-year-old. Literally, I don't understand why they say women mature faster than boys. I mean, I guess technically as children they mature up until 15, and then they kind of just get stuck
and 15-year brain after that.
My kids knew my wife was having an affair and helped her cover it up. Last week, while my wife, a 49-year-old female, was taking a shower, I, 50-year-old male, saw a notification pop up on her phone and went to open it thinking it was one of our daughters. I was shocked when I clicked the message and saw a short thread mostly confirming dinner plans for that evening and how they missed each other and how once a week wasn't enough. I knew what I saw, 29 years of marriage down the drain. Hoping to catch her in a lie before she left the house, I texted both of our daughters and asked about the girls' dinner. What happened next broke me to my core. Both girls confirmed the dinner and said they were excited and couldn't believe it. Not proud of what came next, I turned her location sharing on with me in her phone and let her leave. I followed her to the restaurant and lo and behold, neither of our daughters were there. But instead, a man I knew was her boss was there. I was so heartbroken. Part of me was hoping I was just a paranoid freak and my daughters would be there, happy to see me. But no, it was my cheating wife and her boss. I took pictures of the two of them holding hands and kissing. I know I should have waited, but I couldn't help myself. I was so angry. As soon as I got in the car, I opened the group chat we had as a family and sent them all the pictures and said, glad you're enjoying girls' dinner together. And then turned my phone off and drove to my brother's house and asked to stay the night. I woke up the next morning to over 40 texts and 20 voicemails. My wife went through the cheater's playbook of excuses. I didn't even listen to her voicemails. I was just about to respond with, I will be getting a divorce. I will recommend a lawyer, but my brother stopped me. He told me to meet a bunch of lawyers first and make sure she couldn't use them. Instead, I sent a simple message. I'm physically fine, but just need time and I will come home when I'm ready. I don't know what to do, but I feel like our marriage could be over.
And I'm not signing a prenup. Because what do you mean when they slide you a paper saying, okay, here's everything that comes with your marriage? You're going to be like, hold up. I don't want this part. I don't want her to have access to this. That part really doesn't work for me. Let's just go ahead and leave that part out. We're not going to include that. Yeah, so now sign this. No, you can keep it. We don't have to get married because it's going to be all or nothing over here. Because aside from getting married for love and commitment, it offers legal protections. But if we're going to leave out the entire legal concept of a marriage, then we probably should just express our love and commitment for one another without getting married.
We can just keep everything off papers at that point.
And honestly, I feel like if you have to take that extra step of precaution, you don't trust me. And you should probably put more thought into who you're marrying. If you feel as though I'm that bitter of a person or there's a possibility that I'm going to try to take everything you own if things were not to work out, then you probably shouldn't be getting married to me. And honestly, it's not even something we should be thinking about because that's only in case of divorce. And we're not getting divorced. This is so stupid because you can't be trusted. I don't care who you are. If you're a female and you're getting married, you can't be trusted. That's just the truth.
And modern women continue to say, why is this guy not asking me out? Why won't this guy shoot a shot? Why is this guy seeing me, staring at me, but he's hesitating? I mean, at some point in time, maybe you should realize what the man is going through. Maybe you should realize, you know what? This date really cost him. You know what? He might have to spend a little time. He might have to spend some. Well, we both spending time, but he's got to spend his money on the date instead of just saying, well, I spend my money too in a way because I use my makeup and I go get a spray tan and one woman said, man, I took a workout class. I was like, girl, that workout class ain't gonna do nothing for nobody. You just started working out. You went to one workout class. You didn't lose no weight. As far as I'm concerned, you wasted, you didn't waste your time, but if you saying that you did it for him, you wasted your time. You need to have been doing that well before you met him, during the time that you met him, and then after the time that you met him. That's how these modern women do. They try to assign stuff to men and say, oh, well, I'm doing it for you, so I got to spend money in a way. No, you're going to spend that money anyway.